What does it look like to live as a vessel of divine revelation, a walking oracle every day? The oracle life is not just about preaching, it's not just about spiritual gifts or about prophecy. The oracle life is a whole life posture where Christ is revealed through your character, your conduct, your words, your decisions, your love, your obedience, and through your lifestyle. You become a living testimony of Christ in the earth. Let's walk through this calling. First, the oracle life begins with identity. Who you are determines what you speak. The oracle life does not start with gifting, it starts with identity. Paul writes in Galatians 2:20, "It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me." This is the foundation. Christ in you, Christ through you, Christ speaking from you, and Christ governing your spirit. Your identity is not preacher, teacher, prophet, pastor, minister. Your identity is a vessel of Christ, an expression of Christ, an oracle of God. Jesus did not say, "Do witnessing." He said, "Ye shall be witnesses," in Acts 1:8. You do not just give the message, you are the message. Number two, the oracle life is a life of transformation. A true oracle is not only a mouth, it is a life. In 2 Corinthians 3:18, we are being transformed from glory to glory. Romans 12:1-2, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. James 1:25, the one who abides in the word becomes a doer of the work. Ephesians 4:24, put on the new self, created in righteousness and holiness. The oracle life demands ongoing change, growth, and renewal. Think of the prophets Moses, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Paul. Their authority came not from their speech, but from their transformed lives. You cannot speak the oracles of God while living the habits of the flesh. The more you are transformed into Christ's image, the louder your life speaks for God. Number three, the oracle life is a life of consecration. God will speak through any believer, but he will entrust oracles to consecrated vessels. Paul told Timothy in 2 Timothy 2:21, if anyone cleanses himself, he will be a vessel of honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work. Consecration amplifies the voice of God through your life. Oracle life consecration includes purity of heart, purity of motive, speech, of conduct, associations, and of devotion. In Psalms 24:3-4, clean hands, pure heart qualify for God's presence. In Hebrews 12:14, holiness positions you to see God. James 4:8, draw near to God, cleanse your heart. In 1 Peter 1:15-16, be holy for I am holy. Consecration is the spiritual tuning that allows God's voice to flow clearly. Number four, the oracle life is a life of love. You cannot represent God if you do not reflect his nature. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13:2, if I prophesy and understand all mysteries but do not have love, I am nothing. The oracle life is not a life of giftedness first. It is a life of love first. Love is the proof that you have been with God. You hear God. You speak for God, you carry God, you reveal God. In John 13:35, they will know you are his disciples by love. In 1 John 4:7-8, God is love. Whoever loves is born of God. In Romans 5, verse 5, the love of God poured into our heart by the Spirit. The most powerful oracle you will ever speak is the love of God revealed through your life. Number 5, the oracle life is a life of discernment. An oracle of God must be able to distinguish spirit from flesh, truth from deception, light from darkness, wisdom from foolishness, God's voice from human voice, revelation from imagination. Paul uses the Greek word here that means spiritual discernment and deep examination. In 1 Corinthians 2, 14 and 15, the oracle life requires sharp spiritual senses. In Hebrews 5:14, senses trained to discern good and evil. Proverbs 2, 6 through 11, wisdom and discretion guard you. In 1 Thessalonians 5:21, test all things, hold fast to what is good. In 1 John 4:1, test the spirits. Without discernment, your oracle becomes contaminated. With discernment, your oracle becomes pure and powerful. Number 6, the oracle life is a life of spiritual authority. Oracles don't just speak, they govern. The kingdom is a kingdom of words and authority. Where the word of a king is, there is power. That's Ecclesiastes 8, verse 4. And when you live the oracle life, your words carry weight, your prayers carry authority, your rebuke carries power, your declarations shift atmospheres, your teachings break strongholds, your ministry releases heaven. In Luke 10:19, authority to trample serpents. In Matthew 6:19, keys of the kingdom, binding and loosing. In Mark 11, verse 23, speak to the mountain. And in Job, chapter 22, verse 28, you shall decree a thing and it shall be established. Authority is not loudness, it is alignment. When your life is in alignment with God's truth, your words carry God's force. Number 7, the oracle life is a life of mission. An oracle of God is never silent when the world is in darkness. The oracle life is a mission life. You become a light in darkness, a voice among lies, a witness among unbelievers, a representative of heaven, a carrier of truth, an ambassador of Christ. In 2 Corinthians 5:20 talks about ambassadors for Christ. Matthew 5:14 through 16, you are the light of the world. In Philippians 2:15 to 16, shine as lights holding forth the word of life. In Mark 16, verse 15 to 18, preach with signs following. The oracle life pulls you into the mission of the kingdom to reveal Christ everywhere you go. Number 8, the oracle life is a life of boldness. An oracle is not timid. An oracle speaks with clarity, confidence, conviction, and courage. Paul prayed in Ephesians 6:19 to 20, pray that I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Boldness is not arrogance. Boldness is confidence in the revelation of Christ. In Acts 4, verses 31 to 33, they spoke the word with boldness and great power. In Hebrews 4, verse 16, approach the throne with boldness. In Proverbs 28, verse 1, the righteous are bold as a lion. The oracle life requires lion-like boldness. Number 9, the oracle life is Christ lived through you. The oracle life is not about being deep, eloquent, prophetic, gifted, or being impressive. The oracle life is about being yielded. This is the essence. Christ in you, Christ transforming you, Christ speaking through you, Christ demonstrating through you, and Christ living through you. The oracle life is simply Jesus expressing himself through your humanity so that heaven is revealed on earth and God is glorified in everything you do. You are called to live as a vessel, a light, as a voice, as a revelation, as an oracle. And the world will see Christ not merely preached, but revealed.